Hey everyone, it's Cindy. And how many of you take a look at your financial situation at the end of the year, during the year, at the beginning of the year? Well, we always love to reassess at the end of every year. And you know what a fan I am of ARP. And so my ARP bulletin, I love it, Reset Your Finances. It's a really great article. So if you're not an ARP member, I'm going to share some of those tidbits because I think they're really valuable for anyone. So it had really like 4 parts to the article. Number 1 was your spending. To assess how much you're spending. If your finances have taken a dip this year or you're not quite on track to where you wanted to be, assessing your spending is a really great way to do that. Now for me, almost everything I purchase is through a credit card, so it's a lot easier for me to go back and look through my statement to see how much money I'm spending, whether it's utilities or groceries or just those added fun things you do. I don't know about you, but we have a lot more pickup eating that we've done during 2020 than we had in past years. So that might be one way that you're going to take an assessment. And if you weren't maybe spending it at the beginning of the year, but you started spending it later on, maybe it's something you didn't quite need to spend your money on. So that might be one thing for you to take a look at when you're assessing it. So the other part of it, as I started to say, is like managing that. So if you see like your grocery bills easing up, and if you're like me, my scale was easing up, so that was a way for me to cut off. I didn't need all those little extra treats that I was buying, so that was a way for me to save and manage a little bit of my money without all of that. So when you're looking at your finances, and if you're spending a little bit more and they're dipping into your savings, or you're needing to take a little bit more out of your retirement account, or if your savings are not on target to where you want to be, then that maybe is a really good thing for you to check out. Now, another part of that is maybe downsizing, because that was something I did this year. We had a big home and our daughters have moved away, so it wasn't as much people there. It was just the two of us kind of rambling around. So we decided to start that phase into retirement where we had a little bit smaller place because all of the girls have places of their own now and they want us to visit to save on a little traveling. So maybe that's something that you might be looking at doing if you haven't thought about it, because let's face it, this real estate market has been really hot recently. So if you've ever thought about downsizing, this could really be the time for you to take advantage of that. Now, another part of that is your retirement planning. Are you on track to where you wanted to be? Because a lot of us, a lot of people, and I thought this very interesting in the article and some other research I had done, they really are retiring earlier. Maybe they plan to work to 65, but maybe their company downsized or their health took a change, so they're actually retiring a little bit early. So if that's happened to you, are you taking a look at your retirement planning, and did you get where you wanted to be, and did you put enough in your Roth IRA or 401k or matching? Because if we are over 50, you can put a little bit extra in there if you had that money to set aside. So that's another thing you maybe wanted to look at if your retirement planning has been on board, or if during your retirement this year you've had to take out a little bit more, because unfortunately a lot of people haven't been able to work if you were in the food industry or a lot of those other types of businesses, because so many people who are in their 50s and 60s, they are small business owners. So a lot of small business owners have really had to take a hit this year, which is so unfortunate. So if that is you, that may be something that you really want to take a look at. So one of the things that they talked about in there was, how do you secure your future? Because so many people in their 50s, 60s, and well into retirement have their own business or have additional income coming in, because Social Security just isn't enough for them to meet all of their needs. So it was interesting. ARP has a great job site. So if you've never taken a look at ARP, or if you're not a member of ARP, I'd really tell you to take a look at it. But I thought, well, I'm really kind of curious. What type of jobs are in these listings in my area? So I went out about 50 miles from where I live, and it's real easy for you to go to this website, and I will even put a link for it. It's like, if you want for me, send me a message and I'll give you that link. But what was interesting about it is I went through all of the openings, and they were food. A lot of them were in the food industry, and they were maybe cooks or dishwashers or hostess or servers in that food industry. I thought that was really interesting because that was a lot of the jobs that they were looking at for that 50 plus age group. The other area was daycare, and it wasn't just young daycare, it was maybe adult daycare. And I think that's a very admirable job, but it's also a lot of hard work. But I thought that was interesting because that maybe was the number 2 area of jobs that they had in there. Then there were those in the medical field. They're really looking for nurses coming back a lot out of retirement, dealing with everything that's going on. So if that is your background, there is a great way for you to have additional work right now if you were looking for it. And then the other one was sales. Now, I really hit home with that when they talked about sales because a lot of sales jobs, you're going to have to report to a company and you're going to go out. But that's one of the things that I love about direct sales because you can have your own business, you can set your own hours, you are going to determine what your income is going to be based on how much you want to put in the job. Maybe it's you wanted a couple $100 extra so that you didn't have to tap into your retirement for some of those eating out nights that you wanted to have. It really doesn't have to be, what do I want to say? It doesn't have to be a huge sum, though if you wanted $1,000 or $2,000, those are certainly within the realms. Now, when you look at direct sales, find something that you're really passionate about. Something that you can really sink your teeth in, because if you aren't passionate about it, it's going to be hard for you to be able to share why these are great products for someone else. So I think to me that's the most important. Your passion, then you have a quality of a products, and then you have some sort of structure for their commissions and payouts that are going to allow you to meet your needs. And the good thing about it, you can probably travel anywhere while you're doing that because so many people in this industry right now, it's all online. You're able to do it from the comfort of your home. You might even have a sweatshirt on when you talk about it, but you're able to do it from home, so you're able to keep that social distancing. You don't have to risk your health or your family's health to be able to do it. And so many people are shopping online, particularly right now because the holidays are still coming up and people are looking for those special gifts for someone. So why do I feel so passionately about this? Because I found something that I really loved. I was not looking for a job at all because I had retired and I was taking care of my parents and 2 of my daughters were still in school. But it hit me, and what I loved was the quality of the product. So obviously I ticked off that number 1. What I also love is this company is a little bit different. It's about empowering women. They have different starter kits that you can have, so it's a very, very small investment if you're looking for something. We have a customer appreciation program, so they can earn points and free shipping. And not only that, if they talk about it and share their link for their program with someone else, they're able to earn extra points without having to become a beauty guide within the company. So that's really cool because so often when we find something we like, for example, I love this one body oil that we have, and it is like phenomenal, and I'm talking about it all the time. So even if I wasn't with the company, wouldn't it be cool that if you love the oil as much as I do, that if you had a friend that ended up buying the oil because of that, you would be able to get something in return for that. So I love that part of our customer appreciation program. We have a mobile app, so it helps you track when people, it's like place an order so you can thank them, that if somebody's maybe going to be ready for a refill, you can see how a team member is coming along. So if they're close and if there's anything you can do to reach out to them, it's really great. There's also some inspirational messages that come to you every day. So it makes it so much easier. I don't know about you, but sometime in a busy life, I need those little reminders. And the fact that it just comes automatically to my phone for me to look at it at my convenience, that to me is phenomenal. I love that there isn't any minimum. I love that I don't need to keep an inventory on hand, so that my investment is truly a small investment. If I want to buy something to try it or to show someone, that's up to me. It's like nobody's telling me I have to spend a certain amount of money anymore. So I really like that. Those are just a few of the reasons that I think this is like a phenomenal type of business There are all sorts of them out there. There's clothing, there's candles, there's coffee, there's tea, there's food. I am sure if you are looking for a little bit additional income that you can find the right thing for you. If you would like to like more about Lime Life or what it's like to be a part of this company, I'm going to put a link for you in this post so that you'll be able to check it out, or send me a private message and we can talk a little bit about how this might look for you to decide if this is something that would help you reset your finances before the year is over. Remember, if life gives you limes, be the light.